Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're back in Forza Horizon 4 today to do the last series for the Racing Through the Years event from the festival playlist. This is going to be the 80s. I'm pretty excited for this one because I was born at the end of the 80s, so I grew up around a lot of these cars. I had an 88 Camaro for a while, actually, that was originally my brother's. So a lot of these cars hold a pretty dear place to me. So 600 to 800 PI, and it's got to be from the 80s. That's the only restriction. So that'd be B class then. Okay. So we gotta go pick out a car here real quick. Figure out what we're gonna take. I was considering possibly the Trans Am or the Buick G&X. This is off-road, so we're gonna have to definitely build the car for off-road.
100 yards, turn right. 400 yards, turn left.
So, since a lot of the in-between point to getting to this point in the video is going to be edited out, guys, the RS 500 Cosworth, while being probably a pretty good dirt car for cross-country, is horrible rear-wheel drive. So instead of building a whole nother car, I went and jumped into my Puegeot 205, and we're going to use that instead today to get through this series. Hopefully this goes a little bit better. I mean, I started to close in some towards the end in the last race, but that car just doesn't have the pull going uphill with the gearing and being rear-wheel drive. So, figure it's a good time to get this car out. I haven't really ever got to drive it very much. Oh, I got the daily challenge completed. Kind of figured it would come pretty quickly here once I got into these races. It was a pretty easy one. Ooh, this thing does not like that jump. Stay away from the walls, we don't need that slowing us down. Oh, I can't believe I actually slid in that little pocket there without any touching. How did I make it through that too? What is going on? I mean, given this is a very, very short wheelbase car, it doesn't need a huge gap to squeeze into, but I cannot believe I slid into there that cleanly both times. Ooh. Ooh, get off my fender. It's a very, very... Oh, I went the wrong way. What am I doing? Rewind. I can't believe I did that. I didn't even see those flags over there. So being such a short wheelbase car, as I was getting ready to say, this thing can be very twitchy and a little awkward to handle sometimes, and you definitely don't want people shoving you around because it wants to rotate pretty quickly. It doesn't need the assistance for it either. Really should not be cutting checkpoints that closely, but it seemed like a much better line. Oh, I was supposed to go straight. What am I doing in this race? I should probably check my map a little more frequently doing this, because cross-country races tend to be all over. I should know that this is going to happen. Ooh, that was a really, really dangerous move going that wide. Could have easily gotten past. So as you can see, our next race, not last race, sorry, is here at the Edinburgh City Sprint. So this should be a pretty interesting one. I don't know most of the cross-country tracks very well, but I believe I know this one decently. I don't do cross-country very often. Ooh. Oh my gosh. Way too narrow to be trying to go 3 wide, even in these smaller cars like this. AI is absolutely insane. Definitely showing how narrow it is too by how much difficulty I'm having getting past AI through here and getting passed by them somehow actually. Of course they're kind of cramming their way through or going super wide and onto the sidewalks to be able to do it, but still. This is an extremely fun car to drive on tarmac. It's so light and powerful, it's fairly easy to slide around and makes driving very entertaining in this thing. Has absolutely ridiculously good brakes too. I keep braking a little too much because of it. This is a fairly close race between everybody so far. Nice little move up the inside there, see if we can pull it off again. So it seems like I have way more cornering ability and grip than most of them, or the AI is just taking the corners way too timidly. I think this thing's just that quick through the corners, especially here in the city streets where everything's a lot tighter. I think my short wheelbase is really paying off. But I just don't know if I'm going to have quite enough to get around him even with that. Oh my gosh, that was... I can't believe I got him like that. I would have never guessed that somehow me sliding through the corners at that high speed would have got me the overtake, but... driving like a maniac pays off sometimes, I guess is the takeaway from that. So this is definitely not take number 2 of this race. Kinda got shoved around a little bit at the end there by one of the Lancias. I believe there's more than one in this race anyways. Oh my gosh. This thing is just ridiculously nimble through these super tight corners. First 2 tight sections on off-road and went straight up to first place. That's kind of ridiculous. This is definitely a fun, it's not really a circuit layout, it'd be a cross-country trail to race on. Messed that last little section up there a little bit, but overall we're not doing bad. But yeah, it's very fun. It's got some really high speed sections to it, some really, really tight technical dirt stuff, but also followed up by higher speed off-road stuff. Definitely a little bit of everything. I can't believe it's been so long since I drove this car. It is unbelievably fun to drive this thing. Now, unfortunately, in this section, the Porsche has so much more top speed than us. Gotta kind of try to fend him off through here. There he is on my quarter panel. Oh, I should have just stayed in fourth. I thought I had enough RPMs I could get away with third. Get a little bit more of a pull on him, but there just wasn't enough left of third gear. Oh, that was almost a really dumb idea sliding like that. I just barely beat him by a bumper. Alright, and there we are, guys. Racing Through the Years series are completed now. I really hope we get more events like this in the future that are kind of all linked together and have an overall theme, just to keep everything kind of cohesive, and it just makes it fun. I really enjoyed this one, though, because it brought out a lot of more different style of racing than a lot of the other stuff we've seen, especially for festival playlists. If you guys enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.